Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Lauren if you're new here. If you're not new, then maybe you're as surprised as I am that we haven't seen a whole lot of new celebrity brands lately, at least in terms of makeup or skincare, right? Where did they all go? There were so many. They were just all popping off at once. And we bought some of them. So I thought it would be fun to revisit some of these celebrity makeup brands and give you my honest opinion of them. And actually, I think what I'm gonna do is rate them from 1 to 5. 1 being garbage and 5 being a flawless brand. I have just an assortment of celebrity brands in front of me, makeup stuff, and I feel like we should just go ahead and put it on my face. The way that I always start my look is I always start with my eye makeup. And you know, there's not a whole lot of eyeshadow out there from celebrities that at least that I own, but there's a couple. So initially I was gonna show you the Victoria Beckham, what are these called? These are called the Lid Lusters, because this is a fantastic product. And then I was like, no, she came out with stick shadow, so I need to show that. And then I decided no to all of that, and we're going with Halsey's brand. So Halsey's brand is About Face, and it is, I think I would consider this like a drugstore priced brand. And I have heard fantastic things about their foundation, which I haven't tried yet, but I actually really like their eyeshadows, eye paints. They're called Fractal eye paints. Okay. I have mine in the color All About the Benjamins. And the thing that I like about these is that they really do stick to your eyes like quite well. So let's go ahead and apply this. Oh, it is hopefully not dried out because we are struggling a little bit. Let me go back in. This might be just dried out. Okay, we struggled a little bit to get the product out of the component. I think it is drying out. I think we got it though. We got it. So we got stuff out, but it is, I think, kind of on possibly its last legs. It's not even that old. So that's not great. That's a little bit of a concern, but good to know. Look, it dries down so fast. I just put it on. It is dry. It is dry. It's not going to move. It's a really good product. But now I am a little concerned about the longevity, even though like the lid is closed. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, another category. I wasn't sure which product to use. About Face does make gel eyeliners, and I do have a couple of them, but I couldn't. This product has to go to Victoria Beckham, okay? And you know what? I think we're gonna save the ratings for all the brands till the very end, so you have to stay tuned for that. I have to go with the Victoria Beckham Kajal gel liners. Holy moly, they are pricey. I want to say they're $35, which is ridiculous. This is what's left of my black color. Like it is almost gone. We're almost done with it. And this wouldn't be the first one that I've used up either. These are just so pigmented. They last all day. They're easy to smudge out. And I like that the end of the brush has like a little smudger there. And they're just so intense and beautiful. And they stay. So this is what we're gonna use on the bottom eyelid. Forgot the word for eyelid. And I actually, okay. I don't have a liquid liner from a celebrity brand. I looked, could not find one. I have so many eyeliners, liquid liners, none that are from celebrity brands. So I am gonna go in with my Lisa Eldridge Kitten Flick liquid eyeliner on top, and then I'll go in with Victoria Beckham's on the bottom. I'm gonna do that and I will be right back. Okay, we have the Kitten Flick on top and the Victoria Beckham on the bottom. I guess you could almost say that Lisa Eldridge is kind of a celebrity, but I was planning on doing a separate video for face full of brands from makeup artists, professional makeup artists. So she's gonna have to wait for me to talk more about her because we know I love Lisa Eldridge on here. But the Victoria Beckham is just kind of like my ride or die eyeliner. I always recommend it to people who are looking for an eyeliner that will not budge throughout the day because it's on, it's not going anywhere. Mascara, I do have a new mascara that is from a celebrity brand. And you know, what's funny is that I think all the celebrities we're talking about are musicians and pop stars. That's where they got their fame from. I can't think of any, I mean, some of them do both, right? Some of them sing and they act, but I can't think of any brands that I have that are just from actors. All of these owners are definitely started off as pop stars, which is kind of funny. But we are going into the Haus Labs mascara. This is the Be Structural Volumizing and Lengthening mascara. Again, this is a new product, so I did just test this out in my video last week where we went over new products, few new products, there's a few, and I do like it. It does have a little bit of fallout throughout the day. It's one thing I've noticed, but it's not too bad. And it really only did that because I was working out, so bad timing for me. Let's move on to the rest of my face. One of my favorite primers is actually from Rare Beauty. So we're talking about Selena Gomez's brand, and that is the Illuminating primer. It's her shiny primer. It's a fantastic primer. So we are going in with this today. Primer is on. Next, we're moving on to foundation. I love the foundation from Haus Labs. I think it's fantastic. So this is the Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. I have mine in the color 100, which is light neutral. And I mean, this is a fan favorite, right? People really like this, especially if you have dry skin, because it just makes your skin look so good and so healthy and without drying it out. It looks fantastic. So we're gonna go in with the Haus Labs next, which I guess I didn't preface that by saying it's Lady Gaga's brand. So again, another pop star. Now, Haus Labs, let's talk about some of the good and the bad from Haus Labs. So obviously my favorite is this foundation. This foundation is fantastic. I like their blushes, they're good. I'm trying to think what else I like. I do like that mascara. I do like the Triclone concealer. That one's really good as well. But there have been some mistakes, right? I think I've mentioned their eyeshadow palettes before. I never bought them because I saw enough reviews to see that they're a little bit misleading, okay? Haus Labs and Rare Beauty eyeshadow palettes just have not been loved by people. I actually had the ones from Rare Beauty and they were okay, but they weren't really anything special and there was a lot of glitter in them. I don't love using glitter because things do tend to fall into my eye and I don't want to deal with having to pluck glitter out of my eyeball. So Haus Labs is a good brand. Does have good stuff. I'm trying to think, does it have any other eyeshadows? I think it's got like eye paints, right? I've never tried those. But I mean, the star has to be this foundation. It is so, so good. They did just come out with some balm highlighters. Not interested in those. I don't love balm products because I just feel like they don't always dry down and then my hair gets stuck in them and then it's gross. Okay, Victoria Beckham. We've talked so much about Victoria Beckham. Obviously, we know her from Spice Girls, right? Started off as a pop star, now has one of my favorite beauty brands. It's just so good, okay? It's so good. But we have her concealer. So this is the concealer pen. I hate concealer pens. And this was done in collaboration with Augustinus Badar, which is a skincare brand, a very pricey skincare brand, which I have tried before, and I didn't love it. It made my face break out. So not for me, which is good. I don't want anything that pricey. But this is the concealer pen that she came out recently. We're gonna click it up. I have mixed feelings about it. It is definitely more like kind of an illuminator type of concealer. So you're not gonna get heavy coverage. You're kind of just getting a little bit of whatever this is. I don't know, it brightens the area. I think it does a good job doing that. Do I love it? I actually hate that it's a pen. I hate that it's a pen. There's better out there, okay? I don't even need the cats today. I have been knocking everything just off of the counter in front of me. So another thing from Victoria Beckham that I don't love is actually they have a contour pencil. It is a very tiny stick, and I have been struggling to get it to work for me, partly because it's so small, and I like my, contour bronzers to be like a little bit thicker, and it's so small, and then I feel like whenever I blend it out, it just disappears, and it's gone, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess that was it then. But yeah, other than those two products, oh, and their mascara. I was actually going to use their mascara in this video, I threw it away. The component is so luxurious. Everything about Victoria Beckham's line I think is very luxurious. She does a fantastic job with the packaging, but that mascara did absolutely nothing for my lashes. There was no lifting, there was no lengthening. There just was not much at all. Fenty, we have the Pro Filt'r Instant Retouch Setting Powder. I have mine in the color Lavender. It's this light purple color. It is the most beautiful thing. This is one of my favorite setting powders. And Fenty, let's talk about my feelings with Fenty for a second, because Fenty is not a brand where everything works for me, but the things that work are fantastic. Like, we're gonna get into some lip products in a little bit from Fenty, and I think they have great foundation. I do like their primers. It is sometimes hard for me to find a color match with Fenty. I think the line runs a little bit warm, so it is sometimes a little bit difficult for me to find the right match, but their foundation stick is so good. And I don't really love foundation sticks because they don't always work for really dry skin. And I have really dry skin, but that foundation stick is fantastic. Favorite things from Fenty, definitely is gonna be the setting powder, so good. Their liquid lipsticks do not budge, also really good. They have their ease drops. I do like their shimmering ease drops. I mix those in with foundation from time to time. It's not my absolute favorite type of product like that. Like, I call them illuminators because I mix them in with my foundation to give a little more illumination, but it is good. It's just not my favorite. Yeah, so again, Fenty has some great products. Those are the ones that I really like. And now we're moving on to a fun one. Gwen Stefani's brand, Give Beauty. Yes, the brand that is always on discount. Is it good? Another brand where I think some things are really good, some things not so good, not so good. We are going in with the cream contour and powder bronzer in Pick It Up, Heat It Up. So the top one is cream, the bottom one is powder. I think I'm just gonna go into the powder one today. That's kind of what I'm in the mood for. Bringing out my NARS Kabuki brush, but let's go into the powder because it has been a minute since I have used this product. So let's see. You know what? I think it's a good idea to go into the cream. I think the cream is gonna be better. The powder is very light. Give Beauty. What are our opinions on Give Beauty? I like this bronzer. Again, the powder one is so light. I forgot it was that light, but the cream is really nice. What other good things do I like from Give Beauty? Their liquid lipsticks I think are good. Their, let's see, pencil liners for your eyebrows, terrible. Do not love those, not for me. They're a little too stiff. They make it a little bit hard to work with. They're too stiff. I think the problem with Give Beauty is it's coming from someone who is, or at least used to be, she's definitely gone into the trad wife kind of thing, but Gwen Stefani used to be this like very vibrant, loud personality. Like, we loved her, right? We loved Gwen Stefani when she was, before she was a trad wife. Oh God. But she was just this like bright personality. She always had red lipstick. She did normally wear kind of more like neutral eye colors, but always heavy on the eyeliner and the mascara. But I just expected more creativity from her, and I just don't feel like she's given that. They came out with eye paints that were also terrible. So I don't know why this brand has not hit. It could be the name too, like Give, but it's spelled with an X, and I don't understand the meaning behind it. Maybe I'm missing something. That could be it. But something about this brand did not click with the public. I like that bronzer. I think the bronzer is fine. Like, I have no issues with that bronzer, but I don't know. I have others that I would probably use a little bit more. We are moving on to Rhode Beauty. I know, this is from Hailey Baldwin. This is the only thing that I have from Rhode Beauty, but it is their, what is this called? Pocket blush. And I got it in the color Piggy. And I actually quite like this blush. I think it's really easy to apply. It's really easy to blend out. Now, another big product from Rhode is obviously their peptide lip thingies, lip creams, whatever they call them. I don't have those, so I can't give you my opinion on those, but I've heard like mixed reviews on those as well. So what I've heard is that sometimes when people get them, they're like crystallized, so they feel kind of like sandy on your lips, which I'm like, that sounds terrible. I don't want that at all. And I don't think that's like every single one of them, but maybe it's just people who are in colder weather. Maybe that's the formula just not working in the cold, but either way, it's not interested. But I will say this blush is really good. It blends out really easily and it doesn't blend into nothing. It's so easy for when you're blending for like blushes or bronzers to just disappear out of your face. And this one does not. I think it's a really pretty color and it's called Piggy, which I kind of love. Moving on, we've got a highlighter from Rare Beauty. So this is in Mesmerize. Oh, you know, okay, hang on. Hailey Bieber, the only one on this list who is not a pop star. Is she more of an influencer? Ooh. I mean, technically she's kind of a celebrity, I would say. Maybe she's a Nepo celebrity, but a celebrity nonetheless. We're moving on. This is the powder highlighter in the color Mesmerize. This is definitely a standout product from Rare Beauty. It glows. It makes your face glow. It is just stunning. Oh, so pretty. Let's put some on the nose. Let's really get glowing here. Now she does have a liquid highlighter as well, and I don't love that one as much. I just find it really emphasizes my pores and texture on my skin, so I prefer the powder one. There is a drawback to the powder one though. So many people have received theirs broken. I received mine fine, no issues. Like they have not broken yet, which is good, but they are really fragile. So something to keep in mind. Finally, we are on to the last product and I had to pull this out from Fenty. So this is the Fenty Velvet Liquid Lipstick. I have it in the MVP and this is just the prettiest lipstick and it does not budge. It is on there all day. So let me go ahead and apply it. It is just the most vibrant pigmented red and it feels so nice on the lips and it's gonna take a second to dry down. Of course, I already got it on my teeth, go figure. But it really does look velvety. It is just gorgeous. It lasts all day. It is so good. So I cannot recommend Fenty's liquid lips enough. So good. So this is our completed look. So I do want to go through and rate the brands. Why not? And I can only rate them based on the products that I have in my collection that I've tried out. So I can't rate them on their complete collections. There might be some fantastic things out there that I haven't tried or some terrible things that I haven't tried. So let's start with About Face. So the products that I've tried, which again is not that many from About Face, I like, but I have to deduct a star because I'm pretty sure this one is already drying out. So I'm gonna give it like a 3.5 because I like it, but I think I need to try more products from them before I give it any more of a higher rating because the ones I've tried are good. The gel liner is good, but it's not great, you know? Like I love these eye paints. I think the eye paints are really good, but again, it's drying out. So yeah, gotta deduct a star for that. So we're gonna give them a 3.5. Victoria Beckham. Victoria Beckham is an interesting one because some of the products in that line are literally my ride or dies. So I have to give Victoria Beckham Beauty a 4 out of 5. I just think that they really epitomize luxury. So it almost makes it feel worth it when you're spending that much money on their products because they are luxury prices, but they just really kind of put in a lot of thought with the packaging, the components, and the products are so good. Like again, their Kajal liner is ride or die. Not everything works for me, but even if it doesn't work for me, I can tell the formulations are really great. So still not entirely sure how I feel about the concealer pen. I hate that component, but the product itself is really good. I don't know if it's the amount of coverage that I like, but I can tell that the actual formulation is really good, which is the important thing. So I have to give them a 4 out of 5. Let's talk about Haus Labs. Okay, again, we've talked about how their Triclone foundation is fantastic. And the mascara is really good as well. I do really like it. I think it's pretty comparable to my MAC Stack, which is kind of my holy grail mascara. I love the MAC Stack. What would I rate Haus Labs? I think I'm gonna give them a 4 out of 5 as well because very similar to the Victoria Beckham, not everything works for me from this line, but the things that work are so beautiful. And this foundation is just so intensely beautiful. I have setting powder from Haus Labs that's also really good. I have a couple other products that are really good. Not everything is great, but a lot of it is great. So the foundation I consider great. That mascara, even though it's pretty new, I still consider it great. And it's got some other good products as well. But there are, again, a handful of ones that just like don't work for me. Like they're not necessarily, well, except for the eyeshadows, but the rest of it is not necessarily terrible. It's just not my top favorite product in that line. Say like their blushes, again. Like they're good, but they're not my favorite blushes. So I think a 4 out of 5 is fair. Give Beauty. I have to give Beauty a 3 out of 5. Because I just don't think that they're very innovative. They could have been incredibly innovative. They could have been really creative and done something cool. And I just think they never did and never really pushed hard enough to do something different and creative. I feel like they kind of put in the bare minimum. And while some of their products are good, which is why I'm not rating it lower, they're just not creative. They're very basic. Like I do like their highlighters that they have, their powder highlighters. Don't like their eyebrow pencils. I like the bronzer. It's not my total favorite bronzer, but it's decent. I would even say it's good. It's a good bronzer, but it's just not fantastic. I just expected more out of this brand and then did not get my expectations met by them. Met by them. So I think they could have done more, and I don't know, maybe it's too late for them to recover, but all they need to do is come out with a couple really good products and they could bounce back. They could do amazing. It's just sad seeing that their products are always 50% off. Rhode Beauty. Again, this is the only product that I have from Rhode, so this is the only product I can base my rating off of. I have to say 4 out of 5 though. I know. Who am I? But I'm sorry, this is a fantastic blush. It's just vibrant. It blends out so beautifully. It's just so good. So I have to give Rhode at 4 out of 5. Rare Beauty. I'm gonna give them a 3.5 out of 5 because I think a lot of the products in their line simply aren't really met for me. Like the skin tint was kind of like not my favorite. It didn't cover anything. It was like the most sheer of skin tints, and I have quite a few skin tints, and it was sheer and it kind of like made my skin not look great. But then they do have great products, right? So I think their highlighter is fantastic. What else from Rare Beauty do I like? Oh, their primer is fantastic. They do have some great products. Their blushes are really pigmented and good. Their contour, I'm still not entirely sure how I feel about it. I don't love the color range of the liquid contour that just came out, but their stick bronzers are really good. I have it in like 4 colors, so I do really like that bronzer. I know, why so many colors? They came out with a cool toned one later down the road, so I had to get that one. So some good, some bad. Some things just completely are not meant for me and do not work for my skin. Maybe a 4 out of 5 actually. No, I'm pretty happy giving them a 3.5 out of 5 because when I'm thinking about the line, I don't think there's anything in it that I would say is my favorite out of that makeup category. So I'm gonna say, yeah, 3.5 out of 5. Fenty, I know I'm a harsh rater, huh? It has a very large product line, but a lot of it just does not interest me. But some of it is absolutely fantastic. So I'm gonna give Fenty a 4 out of 5. That's actually kind of a surprise to me, but now that I'm thinking about it, their setting powder is one of my all-time favorite setting powders, especially this lavender color. I don't think their demi-glow highlighters ever really took off. When I went to look for them recently, I couldn't find them in stores anymore, and it seems like the inventory online is limited as well. But these were fantastic highlighters. So this one is Too Much. This is the one I don't really use. There's a lighter pink one that I use quite a bit, but there's something very special and unique about these highlighters. And I'm sad that nobody really loved them because I love them. But the products that work for me are out of this world. They work so well. And again, some products don't interest me, but that's okay. Like not everything has to be for me, but it's really important that the products that I use work really well. And I just think Fenty works really well. Again, like this lipstick is so beautiful, so beautiful. Ooh, and I think that was it. I think I talked about all the brands that we used today. So no complete fails. Nobody got below a 3. okay? No one got below a 3, so I feel like that was pretty fair. But I just thought it'd be fun to revisit some of these celebrity brands because some of them are still going ham, right? Some of them are still doing really well, producing a lot of really great, unique makeup still. And some of them aren't. Like Give Beauty, and even Rhode Beauty, right? Like Rhode rarely comes out with things, very slow releases, which is fine. Like I'm not saying you need to come out with a bunch of stuff to make me happy, but you know, they aren't really what I would consider a makeup brand because they only have a couple makeup products. I mean, I don't know. Would you just consider the blush a makeup product? They have their peptide lip balms, but that's like a skincare makeup hybrid. So I don't even know about that one, but I mean, most of these brands are flourishing. Victoria Beckham can never leave me, ever. Haus Labs is doing fantastic. Fenty is well loved by everyone, as is Rare Beauty. So I'd say for the most part, these are all great brands and there's something in there for everyone. And it was just fun to talk about it because again, I realized that I have not seen a whole lot of celebrity makeup brands lately. And again, I'm okay with that. Like they don't need to come out with a bunch of products to make me happy. But I thought it was fun to revisit the ones that I had, talk about them, use some of the makeup that I have. That is the goal for 2025, use what I have. And yeah, just like chit chat with you guys. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you did down below and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.